Heritage Lottery Fund is one of the lottery distributors. When I go and buy a lottery ticket on a Saturday, about 4p of that money ends up spent on the heritage. And here in London, that's produced in 15 years, £850 million investment in the heritage around us. St Martin in the Fields, in a way, is London's parish church. There it is in Trafalgar Square, and frankly it had got in a terrible state, been very, very heavily used. It was a huge scheme that was spent on it, has just made it London's parish church again. It's bubbling with light, and then you've got these enormous sort of rooms downstairs, a huge cafe where they can have events and where they can make some money for the great activity that they do, both social and religious. It's a paradigm for how you can make a heritage building even better and give it terrific social uses.
The Heritage Lottery Fund's made a huge difference to what we do here at the National Portrait Gallery. Where I am standing here in the Ondaatje wing was made possible by a grant from the Heritage Lottery Fund, but also what you find within the gallery, some of our acquisitions, most recently the Seacole, but many others, but also beyond the gallery, our outreach work and our engagement work with communities. All of that has been supported wonderfully by the Heritage Lottery Fund.
And she worked very hard to look after other people. And we didn't have many pictures of Mary Seacole, so we're really lucky to have this picture. This painting is now owned by everyone, so you can come and see it as much as you want. And you can enjoy it and bring your mums and bring your friends, and it's shared by all of us, and that's lovely.
Our school believes that each class each year should come to the National Portrait Gallery or the National Gallery to support the teaching, particularly of the history topics, as their artwork here is another source of evidence for teaching the children about the past. Being artwork, the children particularly enjoy that, the creative side. Whenever the children come to the National Portrait Gallery, they thoroughly enjoy it, enjoy listening to someone else teaching them about the past and seeing all the artwork.
HLF has invested £602 million in our great old city's historic buildings, from concert halls to stately homes, some of which used to nestle unrestored and unpublicised in the suburbs, but are now rightly seen as national treasures. I think it's so astonishing what the Heritage Lottery Fund has achieved in just 15 years. It's actually nearly 3,000 projects in London. Look at us here in Emsley, Horniman's, Pleasance. This was a bit tatty 20 years ago and a bit rough, and look at it now, it's just lovely. And that's something that the people in this area can all enjoy. So you transform the heritage, you rebuild a museum and make sure that more people can go there for wonderful educational programs, or there's terrific disabled access, or you make it relevant to the sort of people that it isn't relevant to. The challenge is for people to adopt the projects around them and say, well, this is my project, I'm going to volunteer on it, I'm going to keep using it, I'm going to keep using and loving this park.
The Heritage Lottery Fund has spent £1.5 million on this park, which has transformed it from somewhere which was going downhill for years into somewhere on the level of a royal park. We have completely renovated the whole fabric of the park. We have beautiful new planting. The bandstand behind me has been transformed so that we can host a lot of events on it. We have a newly renovated roundhouse. The redevelopment of the park has been led by volunteers right from the beginning. It started with a group of 4 women, it grew into a group of 10.
I became a volunteer in the park just to help within the community and to give my children an insight of what being a volunteer is, and so that in their future generation, this is the only space that we may have, because they're building houses and all the green space within the area, and they have to preserve and keep their park for the future.
21st century London hosts a myriad mix of people, communities and cultures. All have made their mark. Capturing their unique stories is an essential part of conserving London's heritage. For example, the Refugee Communities History Project collected the untold tales of refugees who settled here since the war. I went to see Grove Roots the other day at a community centre off the Harrow Road, and to be honest I was surprised at how good it was. As somebody that's worked in television for 30 years, I thought this was a very professional piece of filmmaking.
What is it now? It's all flats or houses, such as that monstrosity up there. And that is supposed to be a listed building. Just look at it.
For me, Grove Roots was a unique experience because not every day you get an opportunity to make a film like this.
Grove Roots gave me the chance to experience how it is to work in the TV and media film industry. It showed me so many things, like about how to set up a camera, to how to interview. It was just a great experience.
Whilst making the film, I learned a lot of things from how to use a camera and how to conduct an interview, and also the history of the area that I go to college in. I can walk down the street and be like, oh, like this is where this happened and this is where this person lived. And yeah, it's just a different, like, I see it in a different way now because now I know about the area.
I personally would like to continue in film. Grove Roots has just given me more of an idea of how it works, and I just feel like this is what I need to be doing. Making the Grove Roots film was an amazing experience for all of us, and it was all thanks to the Heritage Lottery Funds and for all their support, because it wouldn't have been possible without them.
The majority of HLF awards are for £50,000 and under, funding projects conceived locally, opening the gates of memory for a specific community or a group of young people.
We're here in the heart of Brixton and we are transforming what you can see over here, which is Raleigh Hall, a Grade 2 listed building, into the first National Black Heritage Centre in the UK. We have a fantastic collection within the archive. The work of the Black Unity and Freedom Party, who produced The Black Liberator, which was a magazine that got circulated within the community, enabled people to find out more. We will inspire the public to learn more about the archive, to interpret the archive, to work with people that can connect with the archive, and to bring it all to life.
The Heritage Lottery Fund has enabled investment to be spent in the people's heritage, and that's terrific.
The creative endeavour, the engagement with communities, offering an opportunity for people to think about their past in new ways, that creative bit really is part of a wonderful, rosy future for the Heritage Lottery Fund.
I think the great achievement of the Heritage Lottery Fund in London has been to restore and repair stuff which had been neglected, to raise the awareness of the past. I think it provides spiritual nourishment, I think it gives emotional pleasure, and it brings people together. Just that sense that you look up and you look around you and you understand the beauty of the environment, the great achievements in the architecture of the past, and the fact that those buildings can be reused and are immensely relevant to now. That's what heritage is about, and that's a wonderful achievement.